What's up, everyone? For this video I have an announcement to make, and that is that come February next year I'm going to be running my first ever marathon. Now, I don't know if I've actually mentioned on this channel before, but if you know me personally, then you probably know that I consider myself a pretty bad long distance runner. And the reason being that way back in high school, and this is actually kind of an embarrassing story, but for tennis, and no, that's not the embarrassing part. The embarrassing part is that we had to run a 7-minute mile twice during conditioning week. And if you didn't make your 7-minute mile during that week, there wasn't really any punishment, but the whole thing was that if you ran your mile twice in 7 minutes, then you got to basically sit out the mile the rest of the week. Well, I had to run a mile every day during conditioning week for 4 years because I only ever made my mile time once. And from this, I always kind of developed this belief that I'm a pretty bad long distance runner. Anyway, my goal with this marathon is to essentially just overcome that limiting belief. It's kind of cliche nowadays, but prove that if I set my mind to something, I can do it. And also just gain the confidence that comes with that. I'd also be lying if I didn't say that after reading Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, I was feeling pretty inspired.
Carry the boats and the logs. That's you, buddy.
The other reason I want to run a marathon is because I'm curious to see how much muscle I can actually put on while training for a marathon. Now, slight disclaimer, I've only been consistently weightlifting for a little over a year and a half now. So I should not be anywhere near my genetic limit for building muscle. At least, I really hope not. So in theory, it should be possible for me to train for this marathon while still building muscle. And to know if I'm building muscle or not, we need to figure out my starting point. So I really have no idea how to pose. I've only learned from watching bodybuilders on YouTube, so here goes nothing. Recently I've been weighing in about 64.5 kilos or about 142 pounds. And I would say I'm about 15% body fat. Obviously, let me know down in the comments if you think I'm more than 15% or less than 15%. I'm literally basing that number off of comparing my physique to pictures that I can find online. I'm not doing a DEXA scan or doing the calibers or anything like that. So with 15% body fat, that leaves me at about 50 kilos or 120 kilos of 120 pounds of lean body mass, so just muscle. So the goal is to see if over the next several months until February if I can actually increase my lean body mass. The last thing I want to talk about briefly is my training regimen, and I'll definitely go over this in more detail in a future video, but just initially my training is going to look very basic. It's going to be 4 weight sessions with only 2 light jogs per week. And the reason being that lately I've been doing my cardio, but I've been doing slower, steady state cardio, so biking, walking on the treadmill with the incline all the way up. Stuff that is definitely less intense than training for a marathon. So initially I just need to get my body adjusted to running again. So currently I'm doing a 4-day upper-lower split with lower on Monday, upper on Tuesday, light 30 to 45 minute jog on Wednesday, another lower body session day on Thursday, Friday I hit the upper body again, Saturday I go for another 30 to 45 minute light jog. And eventually I'm going to up the number of cardio sessions to 3 times per week. And that will probably be on a upper body day, so Tuesday or Friday. I'm being really careful not to overtrain my legs. It's definitely one of the things I'm actually kind of worried about going forward. And then eventually I'm going to up the number of days I'm training for the marathon to 4. And I haven't decided at that time if I'm going to keep doing the 4-day upper lower split or if I might go down to a 3-day full body split. I'll just have to see how I'm feeling at the time and how my body is responding to all this training. Alright, that'll do it for the video today. If you're interested in following me as I train for my first ever marathon, then don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. I'll see you next time.